You know, I was wondering that. I mean, how do you decide to film a tree? Well, like actors, like everything, like a set. But it's true that we had to give it several aspects at the beginning. It had to be welcoming, comforting for the child, and then bit by bit the tree invades the house. It's worrying, it's concerning. People want to cut it down. And then we had to find the way that we could insist on roots, on branches. The branches started touching the house, and so it's a big construction. And sound as well. It has life through sound. It's the sound which is the most important, perhaps. Work on this to embody the tree without becoming anthropomorphic, but try and make sure there was a certain mystery there. And this line between the imagination and the imaginary and the real, it's not a fantasy film, but you had to have doubts, and you had to believe in the little girl. Is that what touched you, this story of mourning? Well, it's the whole path, the reconstruction of the family, the rebuilding of the family. And I was really attracted at the beginning. I really liked the very, very clear way it was written, what you don't necessarily see in the descriptions. The language in the script was already, you know, it really attracted me. I was really seduced by this. And to be able to do this, you know, we made a very good film, thanks to Julie. And thanks to you as well, the subtlety and the grace of Charlotte, it works with this film. I mean, as little dialogue as possible. People should make their own path, make their own way, and each child should have a relationship with the tree. There's a little boy as well who's got a relation as well. Yeah, he does strange things. So, filming in English again, is it different? Yeah, it is a bit different, yeah. You don't express yourself in the same way, there's not the same music. I have fewer references too, so perhaps there's more freedom. I don't know, because it's pleasant to play in French, it's well to act in French too. But it's true that it is different. More freedom, you feel, well, as I've got fewer references, you don't judge yourself in the same way. So maybe it counts. But it's funny, going from one to the other. It's very enriching to be able to film in French and English. But it's the same Charlotte. Well, I hope so. Julie, why did you choose English? Why did you film in Australia? Lots of reasons, co-production reasons. The book takes place in Australia. But as well, it talks about nature and the strength of nature and how sometimes nature chooses for us. And so, you know, we're nothing alongside nature. And Australia for this is perfect. You know, you feel so small there that it's dangerous. You've got storms, you've got fire, you've got drought, you've got animals. I mean, it's a feeling that, you know, a very strong feeling that we had there when we went. A feeling of danger. You feel that all sorts of things can happen. Yeah, and I mean, we're nothing. So you're really humble, and it's very good. You know, in Europe, you know, everything is controlled and mastered, but there's a real respect for nature. It's not just the environment, something mysterious. Yeah, we're nothing, you know, we're just stardust in a way. And I love shooting abroad, and I think there's a feeling of freedom, of being able to take a distance with references and lots of things which did me very good, a lot of good. And it talks about mourning, and there's exile as well. You have to leave somebody while trying to keep them within us, like an exile tries to keep their roots when they go a long way away. And for us, being a long way away, it did me good. I put some personal things in the film, but there was a certain distance as well, an interesting distance, and it did me good. And for a crew as well, being a long way away, it's, I mean, you recreate a family, we create a little world for a few months. There were a lot of children, there was a big family atmosphere. So you had a difficult death yourself. So was this an idea of reconstruction too? Well, it helped me to, the mourning helped me to make this film, but it's not that interesting, if you like, but that I lived this, but I could invest even more in this at the same time, take a great deal of distance. So it was very enriching. Morgana, do you want to carry on making films?
I would like to, I don't know, but I really like making films. Film.
Tu l'as trouvé comment, Charlotte, comme comédienne?
How did you find Charlotte as an actress?
Really, really nice. Really nice.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle a de particulier, la petite
And
Morgana?
what's special about Morgana? She has incredible charm. I saw photos at the beginning and then some of the tests she did, and it was so obvious. She had such charm. She's so charming. She's so lovely. I mean, physically, and real poetry comes out of her. So there we are. And from the film too. And as well, she could really become the character. So a lot of maturity. She asked a lot of questions, and she wanted, herself as Morgana, she wanted to identify and say the words were her own words. So extremely professional. So there was this intensity, really surprising. And she said at one time, you've got to choose to be happy or to be unhappy, and I've chosen happiness. So Morgana, you brought us a lot of happiness. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Charlotte. So the tree to close this 63rd Cannes Film Festival.